Well, Jerry, you opened your remarks with that there hasn't been a lot of innovation in billing, and I think what we'll see is a reduction of friction for consumers and for businesses through real-time payments. As you know now, paying a bill takes anywhere from 24 to 48 hours using the batch processing cycles. And that doesn't really work for situations like Raphael mentioned, where someone's in distress, or if you're a credit card user at the point of sale and you've maxed out your line of credit, waiting 48 hours for a line increase just doesn't work. And particularly for a monoline bank or credit card issuer that doesn't have a broader relationship with a client, they can't see into deposits, make a temporary extension of the lines. So I think this will really help. We know that those situations for decline in credit line increases are major points of pain for banks in contact centers. And with the integration of digital, as Mike mentioned earlier, customers will be able to self-serve from the line, make a real-time payment to their credit card, open their line, which I think reduces risk for everyone involved and increases client retention. So I expect a lot from this.
Yeah, from a collections perspective, I see real-time payments as something that we can layer into our customer outreaches, mainly into collections notifications and payment reminders through SMS or even email. Real-time payment alternatives to credit card enable our customers who maybe were suspended due to non-payment to reconnect their services much faster. In today's world, we know that online banking payments can take 3 to 5 days to clear. And so that customer making a payment through online banking is waiting to reconnect and maybe dialing in multiple times throughout that week, which is hard for the customer, and also it makes it operationally challenging for us to support our collections customers. Outside of collections, like at TELUS, I think we could enable real-time payments for things like standalone device or accessory purchases, data or prepaid top-ups, monthly service bill payments, in-person door-to-door sales, home service installations with a technician right there who can SMS you a payment link. And it plays just as well for small and medium business as it does for consumers. So I really think the possibilities are endless, and up to you to be creative to find where they fit.
Well, I think, the difference is, as a charity, we're really held accountable to spending as much as those donated dollars on our mission, right? Which for us is really creating those wishes for Canadian children with critical illnesses. So we want to spend as little as possible on operations. So that means trying to have a really efficient process. So any additional administration costs that I can take out, tracking down credit card information, that's something we want to avoid. And then fees are also a problem for us, right? So there's fees to running the fundraising platforms, the donation platforms, fee for payment processing. Any opportunity that we can take to streamline fees for us, again, is a really, really big win. And then I think the last thing from my perspective is the donor experience. People want to give us money. They want to give to a good cause. They want to feel good about giving. And we want to preserve that feeling as much as possible. So anything that is hassle-free, easy, immediate, the donor looks at, like, for us, that's a distinct improvement on the donor experience. So all of that are things that we're really trying to get to.
Thanks, Lisa. And Jerry kind of hinted at this earlier, and you're probably wondering, well, how do I make a donation over a computer screen when I'm really not connected at all to this panel other than watching it on my screen? And we know that embedded buttons don't really work in this kind of scenario. What we've done, and this is where Jerry said, I think it's going to be a first, is enabled a QR code, which is tied to the ability to be able to make a donation to support Xander in this wish and support Make-A-Wish Foundation. If for those of you who know how to use QR codes, you're probably going to, well, some of you may already be a step or two ahead of me, but for those of you that don't, not to worry, I'm going to kind of walk you through the whole process. And what's I think kind of unique about this is going to be the launch of Click to Pay, and we invite all Summit participants, including the panel, if you're interested. I'm going to do one myself, to be able to make one of these donations to support Xander and Make-A-Wish. So for those of you that haven't used a QR code before, I invite you to pull out your mobile phone. I think most of us have them handy. Those of you that are watching this panel on mobile may not be able to do this, but those of you that have your phone next to your desktop, it should work fairly well. So if you open up your camera, and this works on either an iPhone or on recent models of Android, and if you focus your camera, don't press take a picture, just focus it on the QR code. I know that certainly on my Safari browser, I don't know if you can see that, but that it opens up a queue to be able to open a website or from a QR code. That is the link over to the e-transfer facility. So those of you that have gone through that, you may be looking now at the Interac e-transfer gateway page. From that, I expect many of you kind of know how this process works already. I'll just describe what you see on the gateway page. You see a request from Make-A-Wish Foundation and the information about the biller, and in the message, some details about what the text message, or pardon me, what the request money transaction is for. If you select your bank, so I'm going to select mine, not going to say who it is, and open the mobile app, it takes me immediately over using Face ID over to my banking app. And now I'm going to blow who it is because you're going to be able to see. You can see the amount of the transaction directly from within the mobile banking interface. So I'm going to select my account from which I want to make this donation and click the next button, and then just accept the payment request. And yes, my money has been sent. So and Make-A-Wish has received $5 by virtue of this QR code.